Motion on the floor to
Roll call vote, please.
Motion on the floor to adopt a 2-year wage freeze on borough employees except for what we're currently contracted to increase with a roll call vote.
Is there a,
No second.
Is there a second?
We need a second prior to the initiation of the roll call.
There is no second on that motion.
Motion to donate council salary back to the borough to give to the crossing guards.
Motion to donate council's salary back to the borough and give it to the crossing guards. Do I hear a second? There is no second on that motion.
Motion to direct the borough manager to investigate a certificate of deposit of liquid fuel funds for the future purchase of the equipment.
The motion is to direct the borough manager to investigate a certificate of deposit of liquid fuel funds for the future purchase of equipment. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Can I
Second
just
by
give a little
Lisa.
Detail on that first.
Mike?
So we're allotted a percentage of our liquid fuels allotment for major equipment purchases. And right now, both our dump trucks are in good shape, but the ones of 2015, these winters have been great for as far as our salt purchases go. So our liquid fuels account is at 81,000 currently, and we're going to get another 80+ thousand at the beginning of March. So right now, our major equipment allocation is a little over 20,000, so I'd like to put that 20, so, and then maybe more if we can, into a CD, so in a year or 2 years, we have money to buy a new dump truck.
Second.
We already have a second, but we appreciate that. Any other questions regarding Mike's?
Yeah, so, Mike, if I get that correctly, so we could take 20,000 from this past year and 20,000 from this coming year?
I have to get clarity on that, because our 23 allocation, our carryover was 20,000 and change, and if the money we get in 24, if I can do that, that would be an additional 16,000, so it may end up being a total of 36,000, but I haven't heard back from PennDOT on that yet.
They're probably like, we don't know what to do with leftover money.
Yeah, but we need a police car.
What's that?
I
What's
can't
that?
use it-
Police
can't use it
car.
for
You can't
police
just
cars.
ask them to be a police.
Any other questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Anything else? Moving on to health and welfare, Deb Mardo.
Thank you, Mr. President. First, I don't know if people are aware, but Nick is our emergency coordinator for our town. He does not fall under my department at this point. But I would like to congratulate him because he attended a class with many others and was the only one to obtain 100% the first time around. All the other ones had to fail. Thank you for taking the time to do that. Next on the list, Mr. Turner has submitted his reports to the council. And now we have discussion of the garbage ordinance. I would like to say first, thank you to all the residents who complied, caught on, and are in the process of making their Wednesday night a Tuesday night. So those are just for the people that were designated Tuesday night. We still have the Wednesday, and I guess everybody knows now what your night is, I'm hoping. I also would like to add to that garbage needs to be put into a bag, whether it's in a can or just sitting, and not just a shop and save bag or a giant eagle plastic bag, but a garbage bag, either the white one or the bigger black one. It must be, it cannot be loose. Our trash company does not have the side arms to be lifting the containers. That's why we lost Monroeville, because they could not navigate our terrain. So please put your garbage in a bag. Even if you're using a can, if you have a lid, stick it on. That was one of the other,
Is the borough ordinance that garbage has to be in a can?
Yes, has to be in a bag.
Yes,
in a bag, it has to be in a bag, in a can.
See what, the way you're coming
It
across
doesn't
is,
say it has to be in a can.
It doesn't say it has to be in a can.
As long as it's in a, basically a strong bag,
A
and
garbage
it has to be protected from animals.
that's, you know,
Yeah. It would be preferred, but a lot of people don't have cans. But as long as they use the garbage.
maybe in the future we can look into getting that changed too.
Could be a future idea.
Well, with the rentals, it's the property owners that should have the correct utensils out there for their garbage. And a lot of them don't have that. I think that's something we can follow through on.
And then there's residents that are just dumping loose garbage into their can, and they're wondering why it's not being taken. It must be in a bag. It cannot be loose. And I'm gonna say garbage bag again, not shop and save bag. All right. Also, discussion of the garbage. TVs were never put out. An appointment was always called with Waste Management for hazard removal, TVs and certain construction material. If you they're not supposed to be set out curbside, you don't set them out or you will be written a quality of life ticket. I think we've all known in the past, we had to make a phone call anyway, and we were still getting stragglers. We also are looking into, and I believe it was March 9th, Mike?
March 9th for Monroeville.
In Monroeville, and it's not just to Monroeville residents. They are having a garbage pickup for construction, electronics, whatnot. And yes, there is a fee. For those on Facebook, I will be putting on a little blurb for you to look at. It was from 9 in the morning to 1. However, checking into it, which I didn't like, you actually have to make your appointment online. You cannot call them. Wasn't happy with that. We're trying to work out and look into, because this is also a new learning curve for us, to look for what Swissvale does and how we can go about making it a little bit easier for the residents to get rid of their electronics and garbage. Okay, that's all with that. I bored everybody. Okay. Next, motion to approve Luderman's payment application, the demolition of K Street, 650 12th Street, and 423 Eleanor properties in the amount of $46,566, based on the engineer's recommendation.
Second.
All right, motion on the floor to pay Lutterman for the K Street demolition, the 12th Street demolition, and the Eleanor Street demolition in the amount of $46,566 per the engineer's recommendation. Seconded. Any questions?
Are you happy with the work that's done? It's completed and done well?
No, I still recommending holding, $12,000. Two of the houses are done and partially restored, but it looks a little rough. There's a couple of things I'd like them to do. Didn't like how they left those, those shrubs up on 12th Street. I think that should be taken out. The other thing is at least when I went down there last week, the 423 Eleanor, they still didn't have that site cleaned up. This one was down there last week.
Yeah, they did it the end of last week.
Okay, I was down on like Wednesday,
Yeah.
Tuesday or Wednesday, I think. So
So this is included in this motion here now, or is it a partial payment?
this is a partial payment.
Partial
And
payment.
there's still $12,634 left
Withheld.
withheld.
Okay, it is already withheld.
All right, any more questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, motion to approve change order number 1 from Petoskey's Construction in the amount of $1,136.07. This was for the lift rental that was needed.
Motion on the floor for a lift rental of $1,136.07 payment to Katowski Construction.
Second.
Seconded by Jim. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
What property was that?
That was 121.
21.
Wall Avenue.
The garage.
Okay. Motion to approve Katowski's construction payment application for the demolition of 121 Wall in the amount of $20,880.
Motion on the floor to approve Katowski Construction payment for 121 Wall Avenue in the amount of $20,880.
Second.
Seconded. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Is that a partial payment? I'm sorry.
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
There was still almost $7,000 left on that one, too.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, last, motion to approve Katowski's construction payment application for the demolition of Jewel Way properties in the amount of $29,100 based on the engineer's recommendation.
Another motion for the demolition of Jewel Way, $29,100 to Katowski Construction per the engineer. Any questions?
How much was withheld on that one?
This isn't even half the pay, this isn't even half of what the contract cost is. There's still $38,340 that we're holding.
How many properties? I'm sorry, because it just says properties on here.
There was 5. When I was up there last week, 3 of them are down, 1 of them is partially cleaned up, and 2 of them still had to be started on. Same.
I need a second for the motion.
I'll second.
Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
That is all, Mr. President. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Electric, myself. I'd like to make a motion to accept the resignation of Troy Nelson effective January 22nd, 2024.
Second.
Motion made, second. Any questions?
Is there anybody in mind that we're looking to hire to replace them?
Mike, you advertised, right?
No, we haven't advertised for this.
We need to get that back up.
As of right now,
I
no.
said we
but
didn't
yeah,
open it back up.
I think
We can't advertise future for it.
I think we should.
All right, the motion, any other questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Public safety, Jim Rollo.
One thing, there's been a talk throughout the community about uninspected cars out on the streets, run-down cars out on the streets. And question as to what can be done about these vehicles that are out on the street. I think Mr. Cornerum made a list.
There's a list of 72 vehicles that I have found. We can give it to Tara, whoever. But
Are they on private property or are they on the street?
They're on streets. Okay, the bottom line is they're not registered and not inspected. Okay?
Registered or inspected?
They're both.
How do you know?
Okay, it's kind of hard to tell
How do you know
registration
some
anymore,
car
right?
isn't registered?
Yeah.
They don't do stickers.
Yeah, there's no stickers anymore for the registration, so we can only go by the inspection sticker. Correct?
Hey,
Thank you.
I'll go 90% sure that if the car's not inspected,
We're not
it's
gambling.
not right.
We're not gambling here.
Okay, that's all right, I just wanted to make sure.
Now, if you're gonna question me, I'm gonna tell you my
Okay.
philosophy,
That's fine.
okay? And if it's not inspected,
And
I
we can-
guarantee it's not registered.
And we can pass that list along to the proper authorities within the police department. Anything else?
That's all I have, sir, thank you.
Gotcha. Solicitors report.
I would just like to also congratulate Mr. Turner on his successful pursuits. Other than that, I have no further report. Thank you.
Engineers report.
We've pretty much already gone over most of the important information on the Eaves engineering report. So unless anybody has any questions about any other items, I don't have anything else.
I do not. Nobody else seems to. Borough managers report.
All right, the PennDOT MS 965 report was submitted for the state liquid fuels. to PennDOT, and all the pension data has been gathered and submitted to our actuary, and all necessary DCED and auditor general reports that were due in January were submitted. The capital improvement account is at $384,054. The electric system capital improvement account is at $123,148. The local dirty camp run fund is $69,965. The sewer capital improvement fund is $892,773. Public safety fund has $124,839. Still have ARPA funds of $239,532. Bond repayment of $327,17, and our liquid fuels currently is $81,979. The real estate tax collected in January was $7,501, and that put us at $429,593 for 2023. That's it.
Alrighty. Police chief report.
Well, I'm filling in for the chief. He is away training with Max. We've been in close contact the whole time he's been gone, basically me letting him know what's going on and priorities, and letting me instructing me in regards to what things need to be done while he is away. He did ask me to make mention of an audit we had. It was for the juvenile courts. Just stated that there's no violations, no problems, and they commended Chief for the hard work and dedication towards ensuring the juveniles are handled in the manner that is consistent with the federal requirements. Any other issues can be directed to the chief. If there's anything else I can help you with. So.
Tara, I have one question. About 2 weeks ago, there was a fight on Britain between 9th and 10th, quarter after 5 on my way home, involving between 8 and 10 people. What has become of that?
I think perhaps Councilman, respectfully, do you guys want to talk about that off record?
No, that's fine.
Thanks.
That's fine.
If it's an ongoing investigation or whatever, yeah, thanks.
Do the police. Anything else?
Motion to adjourn.
I have a motion to adjourn. Seconded by Deb. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you all for coming. I'm gonna have to walk around here because I'm stuck.